Hey, what is up? Hello, hello. Alright, where do I want to put this? I think I want to put this on my second monitor and I'll look at you guys down here. Okay, cool. Be full screen for a second, catch you guys up. What is up, everybody? I know it's been a little bit for anybody who's tuned in. I know I haven't posted that many videos, so the viewer base is not much. Anyone watching is an OG or someone who I know or am acquainted with, in which any case, thank you for following along. Um, I have been on vacation for a week and also helping out some YouTube buddies. Well, really just masterminding, whatever you say. And brainstorming because I'm kind of switching how I'm approaching the content, which is why this is titled Marketing a $10,000 Movie. So I'm excited to share that with you all. I'm streaming this kind of to record because I think I'm going to be using this footage for the main long form that I dropped when I dropped the movie. But exciting news, I'm going to be posting other long forms, so let me explain. A long form is a horizontal video that's posted on YouTube that has a thumbnail and a title, for anyone who does not know. And when I started this whole thing. I was working for Jesse James, and I was like, what do I want my channel to be? I don't know if I want to work with this guy forever. Thing was on the rocks. And I was brainstorming, and I'm like, okay, I want to go into film at some point. Might as well make that the direction that I'm going with my YouTube channel. And it was such a great decision. I feel so fulfilled. But basically, I dreamed up the biggest thing I could think of, and it's like, okay, what if I tried to make like a $200 million movie, like something that like Disney would, like something that like only a studio with a bunch of money would try to make, and try to make it on my own. And the belief is, if you write a good enough script and you use your resources to the best of your ability, you can make something pretty decent, if not more enjoyable than some of the garbage slop that they put out that has the script is terrible, the writing's bad. I don't know, like, or these like live action remakes, etc. I know it's kind of a buzzword, but like, if I can make something more enjoyable, just slightly more enjoyable than those that are like $200 million piles of shit, poop. If we can make something slightly more enjoyable than that, that would be a huge win. And like the funniness, the irony of that is like I don't have a tenth of their budget, but I can still probably make something better if I pour all of my focus into a great script. And then obviously, we got to push our resources. But that was the idea, okay? And that is still the idea. That is actually the main driving idea. It's just when I came up with that, I didn't know how long it was going to take. I knew it was probably going to take a long time, but like I didn't know it was going to take this long. And since I'm doing things at such a high level, I'm having to grow and learn in all these different areas. And, we basically are trying to make it happen. So because of that, we're making a pivot to, instead of like doing marketing after the movie, which we still will be doing, we're going to be marketing while we're doing the movie. And how do you do that? Well, you become a YouTuber, okay? If you don't know, I'm pretty goated at YouTube. I've had some success with my channel in the past, my main, but I guess the most success that I've had has been working for other people. But I understand the platform. I'm pretty good. So this is time for me, Aiden, Kid Reloaded, to take over YouTube. So basically, I mentioned my big plan because I was like, okay, I need to dream up something so big that it's impossible that I would fail. I actually think that might be the wrong... Okay, now I'm kind of just talking to you about YouTube, success on YouTube, so I'm sorry that I'm kind of getting away from the marketing. What we're doing today is we're brainstorming long-form video ideas that we'll be making while we're making the movie. So I'm making long-form videos out of what I'm doing for the movie. So right now I'm doing a second draft of the script, so I'm making some videos about that process and packaging them in like a sensational manner. I know that sounds dumb. I'll read you out some of the titles we have in a minute, but I kind of wanted to explain. So when I was, it's 2024, about to go into college, I did this road trip series where I tried to survive on $0 for 2 weeks and complete my bucket list. I think that series failed for a couple of reasons. I would say the main one is it was too ambitious for what I pulled off, and also like I was focusing on the wrong elements. Like if I was to make that video today, even with having way more friends, right, or way more resources than I did then, I would still not do it how I did it. I would, instead of making it like a weekly series, I would record the whole thing at once. A weekly series may be better, but I don't have what's required to pull that off. And I would probably package it as something like I road tripped until I completed my bucket list. I think that is, oh, I thought of that yesterday and I was like, damn, if only I did that. Also, I was talking to the mic weird throughout all of that, and like the mic didn't sound great. I don't think that's the cause of it. Obviously, I would repackage the thumbnails and make them better. But like I think if I approached that project from a less ambitious stance, maybe it could have been more successful. But I think the main error with that was the fact that I tried to daily upload it and hype for it because it was doing well at first, and then I was unable to maintain a daily upload schedule and people just stopped caring. But say I filmed the whole thing at once, edited the episodes, then I think it would have had a much better chance of doing well, and so on. So all that to say, like, it can be disadvantageous, I don't think that's the right word, or a word, to go out and do something ambitious when you can't pull it off. I think another good example of that would be, let me show you guys actually. It's a YouTube video that I made. I think in 2023 or the beginning of 2024. And I tried to do a cold opener with like a movie skit. The writing was good. The writing was there. But the camera, how it was lit, you could argue the color grading too, it looked so amateurish that no one even stayed. I didn't affirm the click. I tried to do a cold open. Okay? Maybe if I fucking nailed it and and it looked like premium as shit, sorry for the language, it would have done well. But it's a risky move. I didn't affirm the click by saying, okay, today I'm going to be testing 5-star self-help books or banned self-help books, which I think honestly is kind of it's good packaging. I mean, there's lots of videos on the Laws of Power book, but I think I really sold it in this intro. I think the intro sold the video, to be honest. I'm sure there's other factors, but I would say I went above and beyond in a sense. Also, like, the editing could have been much cleaner in this video, but if we go and watch this, it starts off with a cold open. Like, I'm clicking off of this video. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I clicked on for I tested banned self-help books. I didn't click on for this. And I remember when I had the idea, I was like, oh my gosh, this is genius. This is going to stand out on YouTube. Nobody does anything like this. And I think that's valid to an extent, but I mean, I would have had this just isn't a compelling intro. Like, it's not capturing my attention. Maybe if I rewrote a line where I said, and I was more blatant with it, but I think in any case I needed to affirm the click here. And then maybe I could have used this skit later on, although I don't think it would have made much sense. I don't think I did the skit for the sake of making the video better. I did it because I thought it was cool, and I wanted to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it...
On your feet, hands up. And Kirby.
Yeah?
Try to give me a smile.
So the premise is that I'm reading this banned book in prison. But I don't think anyone's picking up on that. You know what I mean? Like, people, the average person looks at your thumbnail for literally 1.5 seconds. I'm already a tiny channel. You can see how I should have filmed this with my phone. The camera is looking not amazing.
Boy, I don't know why I didn't waste my time trying to check you. Too much of a wuss to pull anything.
The book 48 Laws of Power has been banned in several U.S. prisons.
Like, I should have started with this line. I don't start with this line until 25 seconds. Also, I don't know why the voiceover is so bad here.
The book 48 Laws of Power has been banned in several U.S.
so
prisons
good.
because convicted criminals have proven to society that they cannot use power
It's because I filmed it in a...
responsibly.
I just wanted power!
Which then begs the question, if Laws of Power is banned, why in the hell are they allowed to read these books?
Like, dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think, like, my storytelling was honestly kind of fucking peak here. I'm sorry for my language. But it just is not. It's not packaged correctly. And honestly, I should probably take that into this, like people, like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta kind of, and then this is where, like, I kind of hate it, but it's like, do you have to pander to an audience to a degree? Potentially. Maybe, like, with YouTube, maybe you do. I hate that whole argument, though, with, like, Christopher Nolan. It's like, well, we have to, or that whole, like, students for modern audiences. Who hates that? I do. Make your movie, bro. But I don't know. I think it's a little different with YouTube. I think YouTube's the only thing that's maybe acceptable to do that. Like, you need to affirm the click. Like, that has to happen right off the bat. You need to affirm the click every single time. Honestly, this entire $0 series I did, like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I waiting? I should be affirming the click immediately. Like I said, like, I don't think that's why the video sold. But I still think this was a compelling video. I'm kind of sad it did so bad. Like, this was also, like, I kind of did, like, movie skits as I did this too. This is probably my favorite video I've ever made. It just wasn't as meta polished, I guess. It's sad to see. It's sad to see. Anywho, that's besides the point. But then again, and this is what's crazy, look at the opener I did for this Andrew Tate video.
Okay, you can get in early on some So, the lazy loser's dream is...
Look at that. That is the worst first frame I've ever seen in my entire life. It's literally a dark room.
That you can get in early on some garbage, and then you can jump to the next thing once everybody else catches on. That's never going to happen. What can happen is you can get in early and work extremely hard and become extremely wealthy. And the fantastic thing about this is you only have to pull this off once. One time is all it takes. If you...
Like, technically, this isn't, like, meta. I mean, honestly, it kind of works. I guess I'm showing what I learned in the AI. But, I mean, I think this video did well because I actually did stuff. Like, I got on a call with one of the guys from the course. I tested the AI, kind of. I got some views. I don't know. Like, honestly, maybe it is just idea. This was hot at the time. This guy said this was such a quality video. Damn, doesn't that piss you off that this video was 3 years ago? I will be upfront and say that
I gotta get rich!
At 170 pounds, fighting out of Dublin, Ireland,
yeah, and I know this may be off-putting. Maybe this even makes sense in this damn video, but I'm gonna put it in because I ain't some geek. I actually mess with this mindset, to be honest. I'm actually not a geek, bro.
I slaughtered them like animals.
I hate them!
Like, I don't know, man. There's something about, like, the filmmaking niche. I feel like everyone's, like, a little too, not fruity, but... Like, I can 100% see how people would find this as corny, but to me, like, I don't know. I like the intensity. Yeah, and I know this may be off-putting. Maybe this even makes sense in this. I'm actually a goat, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. This damn video. But I'm gonna put it in because I ain't some geek. I'm actually not a geek, bro.
I slaughtered them like animals.
I hate them!
Alright, gang, today is the last day. Alright, so we have this dude right here, right? He's got a dragon in the background, we're scared of him, whatever. That's pretty scary, right? It's cool AR. But what I've been messing around with is this new face swap feature that I picked up in the course. And guess what we just did, which is probably the most awesome thing ever. Yo! That looks so good. I put my face on the thing, so now I can be in any AI art we want. I think that's going to be a beautiful thumbnail for this next short that we're going to post. And I'm going to quickly show you the shorts that I've posted. So here's the first one. One of my favorite parts of Rich Dad Poor Dad is when he goes into the history of taxes. Some tea that led to the Boston Tea Party. And it's... Dude, this video is so bad. This video is so bad. Oh my god. Like, why did I... Anyways, bro, that's besides the point. Like, not everything is set in stone. So, like, but I think the mindset was, if I make a video big enough, right? Like, if I come up with an idea big enough, like trying to make a pirate movie, there's no shot in hell that doesn't get views, bro. There's no way. It's crazy. It's insane. It's insane. So yeah, that was the head. But so anyways, I always do this when I stream. I shouldn't. What I'm doing, this is gonna be a long stream today. I'll be coming in and out as I do this, but for sure what I want is to be brainstorming some long form ideas, a few more. I already have a bunch of good ones, but I want to be brainstorming some long form ideas, a few more for yeah, I am live. Okay. For when I while making this movie. So here's what we have right now. Here's the ones that I came up with. I tried writing the next One Piece. I tried writing the next Pirates of the Caribbean. I wrote a pirate movie in 100 hours, and I rewrote the worst pirate movie of all time. All of these, I want every video that I make to be pushing the project forward and making the project better. I was gonna do, like, I tried famous authors' writing routines, and like, I guess maybe you could argue that's moving the project forward, but like, I feel like it kind of dilutes the brand a little bit. Like, I'm selling out the topic of the video for my pirate movie to famous authors just for views almost. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I would rather do these that are more focused on the movie itself. And when I say I tried writing the next One Piece, I really like the angle I'm taking with it. And it's like, I'm basically opening the intro. Well, we have to brainstorm the intro, but like, basically, I'm doing a second draft of the script right now. I've had this idea since February, and I had to finish the pirate ship set before I dove back into this. But it's gonna make the world much bigger and add like a fantastical element to the story, and also like kind of leave it on like not a cliffhanger, but I don't know. I just watched Solo Leveling again, right? Season 2 of Solo Leveling, it was a complete arc. It was good, and it was fulfilled. But there's more to the story. And that's kind of what I want to do. I just want to set something up and build it to be a bigger world than just one contained cute story. You know what I mean? I want it to have the potential to be something more, to be a big world, like I don't know, almost franchise level in a sense. That's what I want for my story. So anyways, not that I'm gonna pull that off, but like here's the idea. Like, if I don't brainstorm and write from that lens of this could be the next big show or the next big franchise, I don't think my work's going to be as compelling or good as it could be. If I only ideate in, oh, this is going to be a movie or one short film or something like that, that limits what I'm going to brainstorm. And although maybe I am only making a 40-minute or a feature, I still need to have the writing level of a franchise to truly make something great, I think. So for this video, when I'm saying I tried writing the next One Piece, there's a brainstorm ideation session that I've kind of already started. You can see it here. I just had a bunch of ideas one day, but like different like little things that I kind of like, that I'm using as elements to brainstorm off of and create new ideas. But like, I'm gonna be pulling elements from my favorite shows, right, and all that stuff. And like, the idea is like, we're setting like One Piece is like the standard for world building, like the standard for the level of what I want to get to. And also, it is a pirate themed show, and because it is, that is makes sense in the title, and like that's like the golden standard, what we're trying to get up to. But by no means are we imitating One Piece. I don't want any imitation. I think the worst thing you can do when writing a show is pulling inspiration from something in your same genre. Like, people want to see something new and fresh, so it's better to pull from other genres. So that's what we're doing. Which is why, like, originally when I had the title, I tried world building like One Piece, or writing a script like One Piece or something like that. It's like, yeah, but that's not good writing. So I was like, oh, what? Oh, the next. So we're implying that it's different, but it's the next because it's also in the pirate genre, but it's good because it's fresh and unique. So I really like that angle. I really like diving into the, like, not super meta analysis, but like the meta of what makes the shows we love good. Like, these small little details that we take for granted that make something so unique and creative and so compelling. Like, what is the clogs in the machine that make that work? Where did the author come from making those ideas, bringing them together? So maybe I'll be learning some things, etc. But like mainly we're gonna be like, okay, how can we craft something phenomenal? All right, and that's kind of gonna be that video, which I think is the one I'm gonna film next. We're gonna brainstorm a couple more ideas that we can do, just because like there's a thing that Pixar used to do. They would pitch 3 movies. They would force the director who wants to pitch a movie to pitch 3 movies. That way he doesn't get attached to one idea. So I'm going to come up with some other ones, but I still think this is by far the best idea and the most locked in with what I have currently. But we're going to do a couple more of that brainstorming. But anyways, the concept of the One Piece video is, get all these cool elements from all these cool shows that we love. Maybe dive into a little bit of the meta on the ones that we're definitely going to be using or brainstorming off of, and be like, okay, why does this work? Why is this unique? Why is this cool? Okay, wait, what if I take this and connect it with this, and then boom, we have that. Like, I'm thinking of you using a power system from the Magic Treehouse books that came into my head for kind of like the fantastical element of like something similar to that. That's my springboard. Isn't that random? But like, I'm like, oh, I see how that. Anyways. And then the end of the video will be us having a conceptual concept, a concept of the world and the character. Well, we already know what the characters are. I already wrote them, but like the world and, the fantastical elements and like how that would drive the story forward, etc. And then for the next video, it'd be like, I tried writing the next Pirates of the Caribbean. And since that one's actually a movie, And like, yes, it has good world building, but I would say it's more so related to movies and like people like it's not a TV show. Like One Piece is a TV show. They can do more world building. So like I think people would appreciate this more because I'm honing in on the script and the plot of the YouTube video would be, okay, I have this huge world, right? That I purposely wrote to be bigger than this one movie. So now I have to take one moment in time, the origin story, something maybe a little after the origin story, and create a great story out of all of these elements, and then set up potentially something happening after, even though I may not make another project with this, unless we'll see what happens. Maybe I will. But that is going to be the plot of this second one when I say I tried writing the next Pirates of the Caribbean, because I'm actually writing a movie and taking what I got from the other one and condensing it down, okay? Yeah, these other ones are good. Like I wrote a pirate movie in 1 versus 100 hours, and basically the exercise would be try to write a world in 1 hour, or world build something in 1 hour, and then like that would be helpful maybe because it would force me to just come up with something and then get the ball rolling, and then I would do something else that would actually be my real script. This is all for the real script, all ideas for the real script. It's just I'm using this fun little exercise to push it forward. And then this one, I would kind of be hijacking it. I don't like it as much, but it's like I rewrote the worst pirate movie all time, and it's like, okay, they had all of this. It's basically a Trojan horse. It's almost clickbait, but it's like they had all of this stuff for this. I forget what it's called, but it was like a $200 million film, and it flopped. It's like they had all of this stuff. What if I had all of that stuff, and I wrote a movie and I made it awesome? And then like the plot twist is like I don't even have all of their budget. I mean, I guess it's not a plot twist. It's pretty obvious I don't have $200 million backing me. But the plot twist is I'm writing a movie with their resources anyway, but I'm pulling it off with $10,000. It's like, how does he do that? And I'm like, well, guess what? It's possible. If the story is good, you cut a corner here. You cut a corner there. The quality drops 20% of the 80%, but the story is 800,000 times better than the story for the other one. What do you think is going to be a more satisfying movie? So that would be the plot of that one, which I actually don't hate. It's kind of interesting. So anyways, I've yapped for... How long have we been recording now? Do we know? At least 30 minutes. Time to come up with some fresh ideas. Now the brain's churning. So we're just going to go ahead and get all of these. Oh, but I'll brainstorm the ideas before we get into the structural stuff and like looking at some cool stuff. I don't want to fuck. Anyways, we're doing long forms because I want to get brand sponsorships, and also I think that's where my creative energy works best. Like I honestly have been pouring long form storytelling energy into shorts, and it's just not the move. So, yeah, I think this is the play. Also, you can get ad integrations with this. It's the move. It's the move. Okay, these are ideas. I mean, honestly, like I could just. These are 3 ideas. I feel like I should. All right, I'm just going to brainstorm a little bit more and see if there's anything else cool we can come up with, okay? Before I do that, I'm going to take a piss. I'm kind of just gonna go around YouTube here. See if I can find some stuff I like. Like, I really like this guy's channel. I like this guy because, alright, like, you have people like Isaac Carlton. Okay. And he recreates movie scenes, but he does it at his house. And like, yes, he teaches you filmmaking. Like, I'm sure like someone who doesn't make, but like, even I like this guy's channel and I don't really animate. I mean, I still watch his videos sometimes. They are interesting, okay? It is cool seeing filmmaking techniques, etc. But like, it doesn't feel like he has any ambition. Like, I like how this guy tries to legitimately, like with these videos, I reanimated anime's worst animated fight scene, right? He tries to make a better product than the movie. Like, he tries to take a bigger step forward, and he like kind of like talks about how he's trying to do that, or like what things he's doing that maybe they didn't. You know, I think this video is a great example of that. So is this one. And that's something I really like. So, yeah. Like this one, I kind of took this concept from him. But I have to say, I really like, I tried writing the next One Piece. I think that is, I cannot, and I mean this, I cannot think, well, I guess I haven't tried to think, but I can't think of a better, more fitting packaging. And I can't think of anyone else who could make that video better than I did. Like, if you just tried writing it for the fuck of it, for a challenge, and you're not actually going to make a movie, that video would be lame as hell. But the fact that I have a pirate ship that I legitimately built for this, I am making the movie, and I'm have serious intent of making what it is I'm writing, I think that is inherently interesting. That makes that title like caviar, bro. Like, I really do believe in that pretty strongly. But let's see. Let's think what else we can do. Like, I don't like the challenges that are away from the movie making. It needs to be related to the movie making. There really isn't a lot of that type of content. I would say like Isaac Carlton's like really the only one, but like he doesn't do what I want. Like, I'm like the inverse of Isaac Carlton. Like, he recreates movie scenes, and I am trying to make movie scenes. Like, I'm trying to make movies. He's trying to recreate movies. It's like, bro, we're not doing the same stuff. Like none of it, like, I hate the putting constraints on the art. I'm not gonna make a video where I'm putting constraints on the art. Like, I'm using a lame camera, or I can't edit. I have to do it all in one shot. Like, I don't want to do that in any capacity. Because there's already going to be natural constraints that come up when trying to make a big movie. I ain't doing some bullshit random one. Like, I want to make a great film. Like, that's what I'm interested in. Honestly, like, I want to be up there with the greats one day. So like, it's not really, so I'm trying to think of like other YouTube channels that I can kind of ideate off of, because I've done some self-ideating already, and I came up with the next One Piece. I'm like, okay, that's basically what my video is. Like, I can't. All right, let's think. Is there any other way I can package that concept? I just don't see it. I genuinely don't see it. Like, I know the whole Pixar pitch thing, but it's like, I'm already making the pirate movie. It's like, what? And then I also think, I'm like, what idea can I fulfill the best? And I think it is that title. I tried writing the next One Piece. Like, I don't, like, in terms of, like, what I'm making next, what I'm doing next for the movie, I don't see a better title. Like, I'm getting the One Piece audience. I'm getting people who are even interested in movie making as well. Like, I don't know. I almost just kind of want to. All right, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and flush out the ideas we've already come up with. And if I get an idea while doing that, A+. But I already have enough ideas. Might as well just throw them out. But I know which one I'm going to make, pretty much. Like, I'm not... That's a very basic title. I tried writing the next big... pirate movie. It's a very basic title. I like... like, this is just a better version of that. This is a better version of that. Also, like, I'm gonna be I will be related. Like, I'll be kind of like comparing, like, the One Piece is like the golden standard for world building, and it's pirates. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dude. Honestly, I think this video, this is the winner. Like, almost undoubtedly. Like, so much impact comes from this. Let me think. So I have summary and intro. Oh, I just fucking explained the summary. I gotta stop talking so much. Alright, I'm gonna shut up. Let me put on some good music. Also getting off of OBS. I'm just gonna focus. All right, so that was like a lot of like blah, but I'll definitely clean that up. But that's kind of like, I guess, the summary and why I'm making the video, why I think it's good, which I think is very valid. So this is a video I will probably be making and posting on this channel. Is that not exciting? I know you're excited. I'm excited about that, bro. If you like movies in general, it should be interesting. Like 100%. I think I really do think so. Part of my like hypothesis behind people enjoying this is like this guy's channel too. Like if you ever watch this guy, look at the views he pulls. Like almost 1 million views every video, and pretty much every video he's critiquing the movie. He's talking about what they did well and the things they didn't do well, how they could have written it better. Obviously he's funny and all of that and makes it a entertaining experience, but nonetheless what the actual content is reviewing the writing and production of movies. And I think people, I mean, based on the size of this audience, people are inherently just interested in it, even if they're not filmmakers. And I think that's the audience we're targeting, is the people who care enough to see why The Odyssey is a disastrous triumph, or why Spider-Man is Marvel's brand new day, or why Supergirl is the most predictable of disasters. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the type of audience that. So that's my thesis right there. All right, now what should we do for this intro? So obviously we got to start by affirming the click. I think I'm gonna be on my pirate ship, maybe writing at a desk, saying, I am actually trying to make the next One Piece, or be like, the title's not clickbait. I'm actually trying to write the next. The title's not. Bro, that's not what I meant to do. Title's not clickbait. I'm actually trying to make the next One Piece. But it's live action. Live action. I don't know. We gotta just get some ideas out there. I gotta pee again. Why did I spell bait like that? That's not right at all. I mean, I wasn't planning on going on a riff about the YouTube monetization thing or the YouTube view thing, but I am. You probably would expect me to say something negative, right? This is how you know I'm unbiased. My only bias is towards changes that are growth oriented. So, which means that making better videos. Now, to the same point, I kind of did not mess with the fact when they did like, oh, we're changing the amount of watch hours required from 4,000 to 8,000. That's dumb, to be honest. It's greedy. It's really greedy. Same thing with my other channel got demonetized because I didn't post in 90 days. Greedy. What? I'm not making dick shit off of YouTube monetization anyways. I'll just monetize with the attention that I have in other means by like making merch, etc. But like this new change they made. Let me cook. Alright, so let me read it out to you. Starting August 24th, views will count the moment a video begins to play with no minimum watch time across all formats. Also, maybe I'm tripping, but I'm pretty sure that's how views used to be. I'm pretty sure they only did this engaged view shit when shorts dropped. So, maybe they're always doing that for long forms, but I'm pretty sure for shorts specifically that engaged view shit didn't happen until like a year after shorts came out. So, first of all, that was already a thing. Let's continue. We're standardizing views to reflect. Let's see what they said. Let me see. No, not this take. Not this dumbass guy's take. Let me continue to read what I was looking at. No. Oh, he actually sent the Charlie video. We're standardizing views to reflect creators' okay, sorry. We're standardizing views to reflect creators' true exposure across YouTube, making it easier to show their value to brands and partners. Okay. Whether that's their true reason or not is debatable. I think really this is a pretty insubstantial change. And here's my reasoning. They're simply raising the floor. Like, people's concerns are that, oh, the clickbait channels are going to be incentivized to do this now. But, like, clickbait channels already get views, but they don't get a bunch of views. Because just guess what happens? People watch their video and click off because it's shit. So what? Maybe it shows that they have 30% more views. But I'm pretty sure YouTube said this will not change the monetization problem. So, look, this update won't impact creator earnings or YouTube partner eligibility. So that's already dialed. The company's not gonna, I promise you, a corporation like that's not gonna make a decision that makes them less money. All right, I promise you that. If anything, this could be fake, but they're saying it's for creators. Now people are like, the people are like, oh no, this will incentivize, AI content slop and clickbaiting. And it's like, bro, like, they're not messing with the algorithm. They're only saying the people who clicked on the videos, they're showing the total amount, not just engaged views as a view count. The algorithm still will only push videos that are good. Okay? A lot of people probably don't know how that works, but it's viewer satisfaction is the main thing. It goes about all of the different elements. If a viewer is deeply satisfied with your video, that shit's gonna pop, all right? It has nothing to do with the algorithm. So the videos that have no merit aren't going to perform. It doesn't matter. I saw this other take that at first I was like, oh, he might have a point. And then I'm like, wait, this guy's a dumbass. So, I don't know. This guy's named the Happy Smiler. And, bro, people are so stupid. Oh, this guy just said what I said. I don't think it's a problem as it's telegraphed. It's just an adjustment. Guessing views will be 30% higher site-wide. Look at the comments! I am the GOAT! I am the best ever! You are all idiots. Like, don't just give in to fear-mongering. Use your brain. Oh my gosh. They're saying what I'm saying. So this guy is saying, most YouTubers make their money off brand integrations at 15 to 20 CPM. CPM is the total amount that is made from ad revenue. YouTube keeps a large percentage of that. So the creator only gets what's called an RPM, which ranges between like $5 to $12 for most creators, unless you're like or an educational creator where you have like higher people who watch your videos. have higher spending ability because they're older and whatever. Entertainment creators typically have lower RPMs. If you have an RPM, most creators RPM's like $7, okay? This guy is saying this is under the assumption that watch duration doesn't drop below 38%. I don't even know where that guy's got that. I've never heard of that in my entire life, but let's just assume that's true. 1,000 views, inflating views will destroy average watch duration and upend the way YouTubers actually make money. No, it fucking won't. For one, let's dissect that point. Let's dissect that point. Let's say it drops. Let's say it drops. That guy's an idiot because those people are clicking on the video anyways. Like, YouTube's not changing the algorithm. This guy is trying to say that YouTube is changing the algorithm by saying those people count. No, those people click on it anyways. It's just showing total exposure. It's simply changing the number. This guy's saying that 1,000 views is no longer worth $15 to $20. That's true. That's fair, okay? But that's not a metric that YouTube uses. The only people who would ever consider what this guy is saying is that 1,000 views are no longer worth $15 to $20 because it's inflated, because some people who just barely click on the video don't even watch and click off. That would be assuming that the CPM, where you get your ad revenue from, they even look at that shit. They don't. When you go, this guy, you can tell this guy's never run ads. When you run ads, you upload your ad to the platform and you say, okay, I want to target everyone in the gaming niche, or I want to target this creator specifically, but they hardly ever do that. They're going to be like, all right, gaming niche, we're going to target this males, and we're going to target them from 18 to 20. Or they're like, all right, both genders, 18 to 24 or 35. They don't fucking go into the YouTube, 1,000, okay, this guy's, well, views are, no, they don't do that. They just run ads, okay? Now, the assumption would be like, okay, well, they get worse return on their ad spend. I'm like, no, they don't. It's just changing what views they show. People are still clicking on the videos, whether this is implemented or not, and clicking off. It's just they're not showing the views. The only thing this would affect, which is kind of dumb why I get why YouTube said it, but it's still stupid, this is why it might not be true, but the only people it would affect is actual brands who are trying to sponsor segments of a video. So they're outsiders looking at Kib Reloaded's channel. Okay, Kib Reloaded gets 100,000 views in this video, 120,000 views in this video, and 500,000 views in this video, okay? The only thing would be concerned is like, okay, but how many of those views are engaged? I mean, honestly, YouTube should have only emailed us creators. You know what I'm saying? So that the brands don't know, but like, that's why it's kind of stupid. It's like, all right, well, there is a chance brands kind of do consider that, so it's like they're gonna factor it in anyways. But you still get engaged views, but that already exists. You already get engaged views. I guess it's on short form. The whole thing is just stupid. Like, it's an inconsequential change. People are freaking out over fucking nothing. It's not going to affect your ad revenue. YouTube said that themselves. And also, it makes no sense that it would affect your ad revenue. The only thing it would possibly affect is, for better or worse, it's going to be one of the two potentially, is how brands sponsor channels. Not brands paying for ads on YouTube. How brands specifically. So, like, I have a friend. His name is Little Code. Opera paid him for a 2-minute segment in his video to sponsor his website. It would affect, like, okay, well, maybe it'll affect, is Code's actually getting all of these views? But at the same time, it's like, he's still getting 100,000 people clicking on the video. If you want to see the engaged views metric, go for it. But it's like, that ain't going to affect your RPM. Not what this dumbass is saying. Anyways, the thing I freaked out about, it's like, I don't think this will affect CPM at all, because if you were worried about the autoplay from browsing, then there's no ad in that. CPM is calculated by ad views, not video views. There's a lot of reasons why a video will play without an ad. The person watching the video could have an ad blocker, or the simply might not be monetized on that specific playthrough. Not every single view gets an ad. Sometimes YouTube will not play the ad to not bombard the viewer with ads between every video. Unmonetized views are often 30 to 50% of your views. Those views are not part of the CPM calculation. The CPM calculation only includes monetized views. CPM does not actually have anything to do with your video views. It has to do with your ad views. You get paid X amount of dollars per 1,000 ad views, not video views. Suck me, man. This guy said it a little bit better than I did, but on my life, look at this response by this guy. I'm him. Yeah. Bro, that guy you sent got ratioed. Bro, this can't be that hard to understand, right? I don't think it'll be a problem as it is telegraphed. It'll just be an adjustment. I'm guessing views about 30% higher site-wide, so RPMs are probably about 1/3 low. No, RPMs are going to remain the same. RPMs are going to remain the same. What a useless rant. But at the same time, I just cooked. Listen, come to me if you have questions about YouTube, how to make a good video. Come to me, okay? I got you. I got you. And I say that because it pisses me off when people say they freak out and spread bullshit for nothing. It's like, use your head, please. Use your head. Ugh. By no means am I like protecting a big corporation. I've shit on them so many times. I hate they removed the dislike button, like whatever. But like, in terms, at least it's not TikTok messing with the algorithm to promote, you know what they're trying to promote, some horse crap. So like, give YouTube the respect it does. Whether they did it for that reason or not, whether it's pretext or not, they still technically publicly made the decision. Well, I mean, I guess TikTok would say we would make it safer for the viewers, but they're trying to help you monetarily, okay? That's why they did the supposed change. So, I mean, I don't see other platforms doing that for you, so I don't know. Bro, I hate that's like that. Actually pisses me off. It's people who think they're smart. That's like the Dunning-Kruger effect, bro. Bro, that penguin guy is actually a dumbass. He contradicted himself in his own video. He like realized, oh, it's not a big deal because it doesn't affect monetization, so it's not going to impact your growth or income. Boom! Make good videos. Still the only thing that matters. like, shut up. Y'all are dumb. Y'all are all dumb. What? Yeah. Okay, I think I'm done with my rant. Yeah, I think I was just wrapping it up to say, like, why are we... Like, you think YouTube's so short-sighted? I mean, they do squeeze the creators, but... I mean, to squeeze them so drastically and blatantly. To where, like, if creators stop posting... their platform suffers. Like, they need the creators. Like, I don't think they wouldn't make this announcement. They'd be like, hey guys, we are ruining your lives. Okay? They just don't. They did the thing with the 8,000 watch hours, which is kind of like, hey, we're ruining your lives, but they didn't frame it that way. They framed it like some other bullshit. But I mean, it's still ruining our lives or making it way harder to make money through ad revenue, which is, I feel like, inconsequential anyways. But you know, they didn't frame it like that. This is framed like, guys, we're doing this. All right, I didn't want to talk about this. Anyways, let's get to work. An hour in. Well, at least I'm working, right? You know, at least I'm working. All right, intro. Getting off of OBX. highlight this part. I'm just kind of right now like you just got to get all of the like you're writing purposely for it to be dog shit, for it to be bad, and then you're cleaning up. You know, this is just like you just like you can't really edit while you're writing, or you're not gonna write anything. So the first step All right, so like this is gonna be its own segment. I'm not gonna like recap it, but I just kind of want to. I just need to get that onto the page. Like I'm gonna be creating kind of like a mood board, but truly I'm gonna call it a world board where I'm thinking about all my favorite shows and movies and books, and I'm writing down random gimmicks or power systems that I want to brainstorm off of or combine or connect to create something unique and cool that are from different genres that I like, that I think could fit kind of with what I'm doing here. And then like I'm also going to show myself watching things and reading things and then getting the ideas from them. But yeah, that's going to be like the first segment of it. And then once I get the good idea, I'll be like, okay, now I need to blue sky. And then that'll be the second part of the video where I'm blue skying all these cool different things while also, So second half of video is after I land on a concept, and then I blue sky the concept while explaining the minutia of why this works, the small details we take for granted that makes something awesome and unique, etc. Oh, and maybe I can have, why can I spell explaining? Did I not just do that? Whatever. Also, a little cool subplot could be, I think Dragon Ball definitely inspired one. I know, but like for example, say this thing from Dragon Ball inspired One Piece. It's a completely different type of story, but it's still anime, but that's its own genre. It'd be like saying animation in general. Like, what different genres and ideas influenced the world of One Piece, you know what I mean? So we can see the genius of how that was written, and then we reproduce that in our own way, not touching. You're using the ideology of how to go about writing, not using the material. It's a completely different. It's like if the guy who wrote One Piece mentored me, I wouldn't be writing one. You know what I mean? Like maybe the styles would be relatively similar, but everybody pulls styles from everywhere. You know what I mean? Like that's maybe okay. Well, you want it in pirates, but that's not the point. We're just explaining something that people love that are pirates. It doesn't mean I'm pulling from that specifically. Okay. I know for Dragon Ball that the character Frieza was like inspired by land sharks that existed in the area of China. They were just buying up all this land or whatever, and maybe they were like kicking families out, so he created this character who was based off of like a land shark. He's like a galactic land shark. He buys planets, removes people from these houses, and so, you know what I mean, like from these planets, and sells the planets. I think for Star Wars, the rebellion, I think that had to do with some war that happened back then. You know what I mean? Like where he wanted, like I think that's what Star Wars, the Rebel Alliance was based off of. There was some, might have been the Vietnam. I don't know, no one liked that war. That was the anti-lottery basically, but yeah, like how are these things written? How do these ideas come about? How do we come up with, you know what I mean? Like I think that is inherently interesting, and that'll be part of the blue skying, which is like, okay, we have this like concept, like okay, let's kind of, what would our story kind of look like? We already have the story that I think I'm going to use, but we're adapting and elevating elements. Like maybe we're adding scenes, changing some, you know what I mean? But like the characters are still the same, kind of how their arcs happen. I want to be the same too, potentially. And then like also maybe where the sets are taking place for the most part. But we've only done like really one set. We've location scouted others. So like we'll see. Like we're going to see where this takes us. That's the exciting part about this. It's also the benefit of monetizing while doing rather than monetizing after, because it gives me potential to have more freedom and less constraints. So that's also a good part of this. But I think that's beautiful. And then the blue sky will end when we're like, okay, we've taken this far enough. It's time to get into the script. And that'll be when we record the second video. I tried writing the next Pirates of the Caribbean. And that'll be when we take that world that we built, this crazy, big, huge world, and we pick a small part of it where we're not shoving too much stuff in. We're not going to get to everything about how amazing the world is, but we're going to have elements and gimmicks and cool things and power systems that are at play that would beg to a larger world. So it'll end off being like, oh, I want to see more, as I said was, say, Solo Leveling Season 2. I know that's just a random example. It's just something I've watched recently. It's like, okay, this arc ended, but it's clear that there's more to this story. And that's what I want. I think it's how I want to brainstorm. These are the stories I have the most fun with. That's where I want to be. You can also argue like the first pirate movie, it was tied up in a nice little bow, and what was I gonna say? I'm trying to think. But there's movies that are tied up in one little bow. But hear me out. All of the franchises, Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean specifically, all of these big franchises that maybe they had one concise story of a movie, they were drawn out into a larger world. And, you know, Dead Man Chest specifically, and then the third movie, those were, you know, this ended on a cliffhanger. You have Infinity War. Like, these longer stories are, like, that is where, I don't want to say the money is. I don't give a shit about the money. That's where the cool shit is, which is why the money is there. I really do subscribe to the Walt Disney quote of, we do not make movies to make money. We make money to make movies. I 100% live and feel by that. That is my ethos, to be honest. But that to say, like, these cool stories, like I saw a video of this guy showcasing his $150,000 Dragon Ball collectible collection. Somebody spent $150,000 on merchandise from a show. It's like, that level of enthusiasm for something, it doesn't come from a one-off short film. It comes from like this long, elongated world and story that people, you know what I mean? So that's what we want to bring into this. That's how, I think that's how we become. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to be that, but like, we will never be that if we don't ideate in this framework. So we're starting with it. Man, my younger me would be so proud of myself. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He'd be so proud of what we're doing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get into this. So Now we can clean up and like come up with some systems, but this is very good work. This is what this video is going to be. And it's like, am I supposed to ideate for the other ones for the Pixar pitch? Probably, but I'm making this video. It's like, bro, there's no way I'm making those other ones. This one fulfills the idea so much better. And I almost want to argue it's like, I don't know if there is a better, it's like what? Like I would make it with One Piece. Like this is the video I'm going to make. This is what I'm going to be doing. Like I don't see anything else that fulfills the idea better than this. I can't imagine anything else. I can try, I will. But right now, maybe I will try to do it. We'll see. I don't know. Hey, what's up, boys? What's up? Working on a long form. Isn't it exciting dropping a long form? You get back to the beginning. I explained it. Dude, I really sometimes like ramble and like, sorry how unconcise I can be, but it's a lot of good stuff. It's a lot of good stuff. But yeah, we're working on a long form video that we're gonna drop right now, which is about script writing the movie. I've already written a first draft of the script, but like while I was building the boat, I had this really good idea for like a second draft, kind of like a rebuff of the script. And I don't know if you heard me explain it, but that's kind of what we're working on right now. And then we're going to move on to the next sets. But we're making a long form video out of it, so we can go ahead and just do like the monetization while we're doing the movie. It'll take less constraints off of it. So yeah. Oh, so exciting, dude. Okay, I'm going to take a little 5-minute break. I'll be right back. That's kind of what we got. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go full screen here. All right. I just got a message to someone wants to buy my PlayStation, so I'm gonna go drop it off. I have to say, like, it's kind of like, listen, I've been a gamer all my life, okay, but beginning of my junior year, I sold my Xbox because I wanted to be obsessive over the business I was working on in YouTube, and I didn't have any type of gaming thing for like 2, almost 3 years, and then I bought this last summer when I was in New Jersey, because I was really lonely. I had quit the other job I was working for, and I was working for Jesse James West, but it was all remote, so I was alone in my apartment. And I missed my brothers, so I bought this to play with them, and I've had it since. But I don't know, my brain just tends to get obsessive over things I was excited about, and I don't know, the last month it's been like excited about, I mean, maybe not the whole month, but it's been YouTube has felt more like a chore because my brain's been thinking about this. And as much as like I don't want to give it up, I think all of the good things in my life have come from that period, those 2 years when I locked in. And I'm in the middle of a big thing right now. I probably will always be in the middle of a big thing, but at the very least, you know, I decided not to take any jobs, so I don't have any income. I'm doing this all off savings, and there's like a limited window for me to pull this off, so it just doesn't make sense to do something like this right now. So yeah, of course I'll miss spending time with my brothers on it, but I'm at home, so I'll get to see them anyways, and I think they would be a lot more proud if their older brother pulled something off badass rather than, you know, he played with them on the PS4 every weekend. So yeah, I'm selling it. Definitely was an easy decision. I was actually liking I've always liked Fortnite. I was liking the new Fortnite season. I was excited for the new one that drops tomorrow. Man, that's crazy. I'm selling it the day before the new season drops. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So everybody better watch out. I'm telling you, Jesse, man, you're gonna be pissed, bro. You're gonna be pissed. Isaac, Carlton, everyone, man. Pembroke, get ready. Here I come. They ain't gonna see me. I'm being the filmmaking niche. Maybe Isaac will, but that's all I gotta say, man. The only problem is motivation. That's it. And I still do my stuff, but we're pulling off something crazy. Gotta have all my energy and my focus on it. So yeah. Peace. You will be missed.